power of sci-fi radio.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We would be honored if you would join us.
It's another Thursday night. That means Docking Bay 94. I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
This is just a little Donoho.
And we are here.
Oh, there we go.
Over on sci-fi.radio. Or you could be listening to us or watching us on Facebook or on YouTube or Twitch or any of those things. They're all pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Does my microphone work? Oh, it does.
It does. I could probably
can hear you.
boost you a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I heard you very far away.
I am very far away.
I'll give you a little more volume there. Cool.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
How's everybody's week been?
See, busy. Busy and hot.
Yeah, busy and hot. That's pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't as busy as Sean, and I'm probably not as hot as Jeff because I'm not. Like, I think it's hotter where Jeff is.
Probably. It was supposed to be like 101,
yeah,
102
sure.
in Anaheim today.
It was like 105.
105. Ugh.
Yes,
Gross.
it was 105 a little bit ago, like at 5 o'clock. So I imagine it's dropped down a smidgen because the sun's going down, but
I
a lot.
I guess I polarized some people on my Facebook page because I said
Oh,
that
dear.
I wasn't. It seemed too hot to go cheer on the Disneyland half marathon racers because usually we'll find a group of people who'll
yeah.
go down there and we'll cheer people on, and we they used to ask us to come down, and now we just do it out of the goodness of our hearts.
Yeah.
Hi, Poe. I assume that's Poe.
Yeah, that's Poe.
Nice.
Will you knock it off?
It's the Popo.
Yeah, he's in here with me, and yeah. Good grief. What the hell? What are you doing? Yeah. I gotta turn the sound off on my mic just or mute myself because he's being a dork.
Zoom
Oh,
has
goodness.
a thing that will
Dog.
apparently get rid of barking. It's it like gets rid of like sharp sounds or something, and it will kind of try to delete or minimize barking. I don't know where that setting is, but
Yeah,
I know
don't know.
exists.
It should do that, but yeah.
It's under
know
settings
if
on
it's
your
really doing that for
profile
me.
picture and the audio tab. And then it has levels
Yeah,
of
on the audio
suppression.
tab, it's for like microphone tab / do your speaker test speaker. No, okay, where's that at? Audio settings.
yeah, not that we
Hey,
don't,
everybody.
not that we don't like Poe. I mean, he's perfectly fine.
I know.
Right.
but It's
Let's see.
funny.
Well, it's already clicked for background noise removal.
Mhm.
Oh, well, maybe
so
Poe
it's
is
on
stronger
automatic.
than the Zoom.
So yeah, it's already
Yeah.
set, but boy, Zoom doesn't know Poe apparently.
That's right.
So
That's
Yeah.
if Poe ever gets a television show, it's going to be that. You don't know Poe.
yeah, you don't know Poe.
That's pretty funny.
I see Chris, Tom, Thorne, and Laura and Don on here.
Yeah, Don's down here in his new house in the SoCal area here,
Oh wow.
enjoying
And Alan, I see Alan too.
AC. You know,
That's all I see so far.
sweet. 118. Where the heck are you, Chris? Good Lord.
He's out in the hot desert boondocks.
Why? Just why?
Laura says sci-fi is not on.
It's not.
That's what
Of
she
course.
No, it says it is. So I guess I will go.
118.
I will go check that and
That's
see.
ugly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
jeez Louise.
Oof. It's of
Good
all
gravy.
the reasons. I just
Because if we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
yeah. See, that's what's
the
on
hell?
Sci-Fi.radio right now.
Well, it's not us.
Yeah.
Tony Stark. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn it off,
And turn it back on?
So
turn
Otto
it back on
doesn't-
again,
Awesome.
and see if that works.
Oh, see.
Because
Nice.
you know,
Yeah, Otto doesn't, you know.
I am a true
Oh,
IT professional. Nope, still not on. We're
Yeah,
getting
I
Still
was
like
looking
Star Trek
outside
ad.
to try and
Yeah.
figure out where that was coming from.
Star Trek music.
This is great. This is like
Great radio?
great show material.
Right. You know, hey. Well, you know, we have to make sure that all of our all of our listeners can hear us.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Lady A, how's it going?
Alan's listening over on Facebook.
Cool.
Hey, Mr. Tillard, Matthew Tillard too.
You know, I keep forgetting
yeah.
that I'm supposed to be wearing these computer glasses. These glasses are supposed to keep me from doing what I do every show, which is like drop my head down as I look at stuff at my monitor, and you get the top of my head. It's supposed to prevent
Hi,
that.
boy.
And obviously, you know, I'm a
Boys.
real winner with that.
Yeah. Oh, David's here too.
Everybody,
There are people taking pictures of Sean's car.
nice.
This is not unusual.
Oh, we lost
How about that?
Jeff.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's a regular Thursday.
Is the Zoom down? No.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. It's I restarted Mix, and Mix likes to take over the audio, which means Jeff goes silent until I go
Yeah.
back to Zoom and tell it to listen to Jeff again.
I see.
It's this
Oh,
little
good grief.
dance that all the technology does together.
It's amazing. Isn't technology
Everybody
wonderful?
dance now. Crazy.
It's like every time we have problems with Zoom or Mix, I can't help but think of like MASH, where Colonel Potter's talking to Radar's mom on the phone, saying, "Yes, yes, ma'am, technology is wonderful."
Right.
So, hi, Poe. You're making it difficult for me to do things.
All right, there we are. We're on Sci-Fi.radio. Got it fixed. Turning it off and turning it on again for the win. Oh my gosh, what a mess! But yeah, usually it works just fine. All right, you watched a lot of movies, Jeff.
Jeff watched a lot
Yeah,
of movies.
yeah,
He
yeah,
did.
That's a
And I don't think you were impressed with most of them.
Yeah, No, none of them were
Oh.
none of those were in the theater. I for some reason they're just showing up on YouTube and I'm just watching them. But,
You had a busy weekend.
yeah. Yeah, Friday on Friday I believe we just went to like doing thrift stores and such, and I'm not sure what else after that. I think there was something other than thrift stores, but I cannot remember what.
Did you pop some tags?
Saturday.
Did you pop
What now?
some tags?
Yeah, no, not at all. I couldn't. Usually on the weekend I never really find anything on the weekends when I'm at thrift stores. It's only during the week.
That's why
If
I
I'm
can
Friday
never
or
find
Saturday,
anything.
I did find nothing.
I always go on weekends. That's why I can't find anything. It's not
Oh,
just my
yeah.
thrift store foo.
Yeah, but Jeff has like crazy
Yeah.
thrift store food. If there's something really cool he's
Yeah.
gonna find it. And
Yeah, sometimes I'll find stuff on the weekends, but it's not as often as during the week. Let's see. Saturday we had a garage sale, or rather, Owen and Casey and them had a garage sale, and we added to it for the weekend. And then that night we had I barbecued corn that night, and I think
I like
Casey
barbecued
barbecued some hamburgers for the people that are meat eaters.
cool.
Meat
I'm glad
eaters.
everybody was represented.
Yeah. Yeah, the corn is corn is not. I know people make. I do corn a certain way. I just throw them on there, like husk and all. I don't take them off or anything. Just
How long do you cook them for?
throw them in the husk. Well, pretty much until it's not really a timing thing. It's more along the lines. Oh, gross, boy. It's more along the lines of them of like once they've been there on there for about like probably 20 minutes or something. It's just turning them often, every so often turning them, and letting the husk get, can be burnt or not, or charred or whatever. But it's just turning them, because it just kind of, it cooks it in its own husk, so that it, much like boiling, except it's not in a bunch of water.
Right.
But it doesn't. It's not. I don't want to, like, knocking what other people do, because a lot of people also want to have that a little bit of char on the corn itself, so they'll pull a lot of the husk off, or probably all of it off sometimes. Like if you go to like the fair, that's usually what they do.
I
So
do
it's like
it.
to each his own.
Yeah, I do like to have some char marks on the corn, and I like to have all sorts of flavor on it too. So
Yeah, Colleen has like
Yeah.
seasonings and butter and this like mix that she makes that goes on the corn that makes it pretty great.
yeah, now I want corn. I made
Oh, okay.
I made
Yeah,
corn
see?
soup. And
Oh, nice.
unfortunately, I miscalculated how much corn I would need, particularly because I went to the store after everyone had done their Memorial Day barbecue shopping. Like, I was there Monday
Yeah.
afternoon, and there wasn't a lot of corn left. And so the ears of corn I got
Oh.
they weren't fully populated. So,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't
I've
realize
seen
it till I
those.
got home, and it was too late to do anything about it. So, in my soup, I may go pick up some corn that's frozen and add it. But it's the Panera corn soup copycat recipe.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dawn, yeah, that's pretty much it, Dawn. Yeah, you can kind of smell when they're done if you're roasting them with husk and all. Hello, Poe. Well, yep. Now my face is going to be obscured again by a Poe.
Yeah, there's just this very
who
sinister
may or may not show up in the camera.
Shadow.
Just
Shadow.
look like a black thing there.
I see
The
a
shadow
I see a nose and a
knows.
tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. With any luck, he'll stop. He won't drool on the keyboard this time.
He ate you. You disappeared.
I thought
Yeah.
it was cats that usually have this kind of behavior, that like want to get up in the camera and do whatever. Is it just because Poe is big
Yeah.
enough to do that he does? Because most dogs don't seem to really care.
Well, with Poe, it's not really. He wants attention, but what he actually wants is attention from the dogs that are here. Like Owen and Casey's
thinks you're a dog?
next door, their AC went out over the weekend, believe it or not.
Oh.
Ooh, ick.
So, yeah, and it's still out. They're still waiting for it to get fixed. And since it got so hot, they brought the dogs over and put them in our garage. So now we have like a whole bunch of dogs in the house, because our garage has an AC unit that we like, the movable kind. That we put in there because we're trying to make it like a third room storage or whatever. Yeah, that's do stuff out there, even in the summer when it's not. So we're not totally boiling, but it
That's
doesn't
good.
really get it cold in there, except because it's fighting with the the garage, which isn't the most insulated
Right.
thing. So it's fighting all that. But in any case, no, Poe. That's what Poe wants. He's not like, hi, I want to be your friend. Here, let's have some snuggles. No, he's like, hey, can you get up and take me down and play with the dogs? And he's up here for a reason. So, yeah.
Most dogs like sort of give up after a while and go find a different person to bug if it doesn't work out for a while.
Yeah.
But Poe seems to just really like
Yeah,
you.
but he's in the room with me. Yeah.
That's really funny.
He's locked in the room with me, so that's why he's not,
I see.
going to anybody else, because he can't.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. Let's see. Saturday was the barbecue in the garage sale, and after the barbecue, I started a fire. We have a fire pit now for the back, and we're roasting marshmallows and telling
Yummy.
stories and whatnot.
Cool.
ghost stories.
At the University of
Then on
Arizona.
Sunday, whoa. On
Yeah.
Sunday, I don't remember doing much of anything Sunday. I was recovering as I was
Yeah,
having
Sunday was a
some
recovery
issues that
day.
day. Yeah.
And what'd you do on Monday?
On Monday, and this Sunday is probably when I watched those movies, but on Monday,
Oh,
I went to Knott's, and for the last day of the Ghost Town Alive.
yeah. Sorry we
So
didn't
I
make
got
that.
to actually, I'm not a big deal. It's hot. You guys don't want to come, It's
Yeah.
last minute, so
Yeah,
I don't.
Hypo, no,
I
no,
don't
I'm not taking you out, boy.
deal with heat well, so
Colleen doesn't
Yeah.
like vent heat the way most people do. And we used to have a
Yeah.
problem when we drove across country in the
Cape
Del
Cod.
Sol, which apparently had
Yeah.
the AC taken out of it for some reason. From the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
that,
yeah, I
that
remember that.
we bought
Yeah.
it from. And so we'd have like the top off and we'd like try to cool down and whatever. And we'd have to like stop at some restaurant or something while she went over and played
Yeah.
in the ice dispenser
Cool
to
off.
try to cool down. That's really bad.
Yeah, I understand. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
it's not good.
Yeah. But I finally got to see Danny, and I've already seen Dino, but I finally got to see Danny Montooth there. So
Yeah,
he was
that's cool.
he was actually there a bunch of days, but I guess I missed him all the other times I had gone this year. So I finally saw him and got a picture with him and Dino, who both do Perception Check, Studios.
Right. Now, Danny
Yeah.
used to be a puppeteer at Disney.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he still works there or not, but it's
No.
interesting to see him over at
As far
Knott's.
as I know, he doesn't know.
I imagine
Yeah.
that technically you're
Um,
probably not allowed to work at another theme park and work at Disney. I think they would view that as a conflict of
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah. That doesn't seem
Yeah.
good.
Whoops. Hey,
So-
watch it, you. Pop
so
up.
did
Gosh
you-
darn it. Stop it.
Did you want to review
Good
those
darn dog.
movies that you saw? I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off of Sunday.
Oh,
and
sure.
jump to Monday.
It's no, it's okay. I'm also fighting with a dog.
Yeah.
I put two pictures in our Facebook Messenger about
Yeah, I got the
of
alert. I'm
Danny and
trying to get
yeah.
to them.
It was funny because when I ran into Danny, and I said, "Oh, hi there. I'm here on behalf of Charles Deckero. I'm looking for Mr. I've been looking for Mr. Monster Tooth. And such. I just kept doing that the entire time. He thought it was pretty dang funny, but but yeah, and then Dean and Dino the same. So Danny's the
Apparently-
tall fella. Dino's a little shorter.
I don't know if this is up to
Yeah.
date,
So that-
but apparently you can work at Disney and another theme park if you arrange your schedule for both shifts.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yes, you can. Yeah, if you can work on it, if you can figure it out. Yeah. But no, stop! You drooling on a computer. Gosh darn.
That's pretty
It's like
funny.
it's like Yoda. You're making a mess. Yeah, that's Danny, the tall, slender fellow with the hat bowler, and then Wes is Wes is the other one. Or not Wes. His name's Dino, but his character's Wes. Danny's character's name was Levi.
That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, Laura, I'm in the dark because part of my light's being blocked by a dog.
Yeah, I have technical
Um,
difficulties over here. Jeff has animal difficulties over
Oops, there you
there.
go.
I have work difficulties
Yeah.
over here.
Oh, Popo. Yeah. Let's see. So, gosh darn, Poe, you're not helping at all here.
Should we come back to you?
One of the movies, yes, one of the movies I saw was Borderlands, and it was very flashy, It had lots of the effects were nice, and stuff. It was very flashy and and it's neat looking. The acting was actually okay. It just didn't. It just for me, it didn't do anything. I'm guessing it was better. Maybe if you're a fan of the game more, if you play the game, you would like it more. But to me, it was just kind of incredibly predictable, and from the get go. So I was just kind of bored. I was just trying to get through it. I'm like, okay, and there were some funny parts. They tried a little too hard to be funny,
Oh yeah.
It just like it. There are certain points to it. You're like, okay, I get the claptrap, whatever robot, Jack Black, and he's funny, but they just tried way too hard, and they tried to make everybody funny, including the one character who, I guess he's supposed to be funny, but he's really just comes off as just like we're playing a sound from the game character,
Right.
because I think that's all he did, just like, because that's he says this character is like a, I don't know what they called him, psychos or whatever they called him, and he has like a weird looking mask on his face, so but apparently I think these characters say like really odd things that that kind of non sequitorial in a way, you're like, what? But I think they just sort of like, let's toss this in there as so the people that play the game will know what this guy's that this is from that. It just not for me. Other people might have loved it, but for me it was just kind of not there. It's kind of boring. Just because probably mostly because of that, I could see every single thing coming, and not everybody has to be funny. Poe, you're not helping. You're just not.
I had heard that unless you
one was,
really loved the
yeah.
game, the movie wasn't gonna really do much for you, despite the really great cast.
Okay.
Was that Borderlands?
Yeah,
The other one?
Borderlands.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't
I
like.
liked, Kevin Hart was good. Kevin Hart was actually really good in this. He wasn't his typical, hey, I'm the short guy, blah blah blah. It was all it all fit.
Oh.
What they did. So he was probably my favorite part of the movie was probably Kevin Hart.
He's pretty
because he
funny.
wasn't playing his typical role.
Oh, okay. But you said he doesn't always
Yeah.
have to be funny, so I guess that's what you were referring to.
Yeah, I mean, everyone had to be funny. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did.
Oh.
The other one was Furiosa, the Mad Max saga, Mad Max prequel saga, whatever thingy.
I didn't
And-
like the new Mad Max anyway. Too much
Yeah,
driving. I'm not a fan.
yeah. It had driving in it. I don't think it had nearly as much driving as the last few, the last one. I mean, there was more I guess character development. I didn't actually see the other one, to be honest.
It was okay. I mean,
the one with Charlize.
Charlize Theron, yeah, and which is funny because this
Yeah.
is a prequel to that one, so you kind of went in with no information.
Yeah, but I know that basically the storyline, and I'm like, okay, so this is her character, and now we're going to find out about her and what, why she is the way she is and where she is. So there are certain parts of the movie I'm like, so I know this is going to happen. This has to happen, and the part about her arm, it has to happen. So I expected that very much so going in. But other things in there, I have to say, the performances by virtually everybody in it were really good. The actors were really good in it. So it wasn't really an issue of that. It was just to me it seemed like it just kind of was taking a long time to tell something we already knew, if that makes any sense. You know, it wasn't not like predictable, but it's like we knew all this was going to be everything that happening was going to happen. So you're kind of going into it that way, and it's not that I had read anything about this movie beforehand. I only know about the movie that this is a prequel to, but I saw everything coming, and then there was a lot of aspects that were very reminiscent of the original Road Warrior movie. So little of the nostalgia fare, which gets a little old, but it was like I said, good acting. To me, I think they probably could have done a little better with the pacing, maybe. I don't know. It was another one where I was just like, okay, I just want to get to the end of this, because.
And what's ROP?
Rings of Power. The second season of Rings of Power.
Is that a Lord of the Rings?
It's the TV series of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the TV show on Amazon Prime.
It's the lower budget Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Yeah. We'll pretend that Poe's telling you this story.
Okay, because Jeff is gone.
Because I'm gone. There's just like nothing there.
Did we say
his face
hi
is blocking
to
the camera, and he's like blending in.
Did we say hi to Lori, Sam, and Kelly over on Facebook?
Okay.
If we didn't,
Woo!
hi.
Oh, I see Eric too.
Oh, and Eric Gerds, and we
Yeah.
said hi to Laura and Chris and Don, I think,
Yeah.
and got everybody else.
Okay. Let me see. I can do something real quick. What is it doing? Come on. I wonder if I can fix. There it is.
Sean and I went to
See if I
Disneyland
can
last
fix
Friday.
this. Oh, neat.
Took a half day of work. I was going to take the whole day, but we've been doing a project at work that's been eating me alive. All the
Okay.
having
There we go.
to be
Maybe
in
it'll
really
show up
long
better
meetings
this one.
every day.
Sweet.
Yeah, your project's been pretty brutal, because
finished it today.
it's fixing and reorganizing like 16 years of data.
Yeah, but I actually we didn't finish it. We almost finished it. The light at the end of the tunnel is there.
And it's
But
the
anyway,
train that's going to run you over.
we went to Disneyland and we got to see Deadpool Storytime, which was worth going to see. It was very fun.
Right. Beauty
And-
Pool and the Wolverbeast
The Wolverine
was the story we saw.
It was a little
Oh.
bit shorter than I thought it would be. Like, it ended abruptly, and I was all, oh, okay. It made sense for how long they did it, but, like, they started to tell the story, and then they were like, the end. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
But it was fun.
Which
So
if
it's
you
still worth
if
it.
you think about some of the Disney rides, they do that too, where you sit there and you're like, oh, it's the princess and it's telling a story and it's over.
Right.
You get to the
Oh,
end,
jeez.
like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
And
Yeah.
then we wandered
Like Snow
over
White.
to Lamplight Lounge.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Boardwalk, not to be confused with Lamplight Lounge. They are two different places because we got ourselves seated in Lamplight Lounge, and then we looked at the menu and we went, we wanted the seasonal sliders, and they said, oh, you want the Lamplight Lounge Boardwalk.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
Right. And it was, and nobody indicated that we might want to pay attention to that sort of thing.
Right, when we walked up to the door, I didn't realize there were two different doors. One is for upstairs and one is for
Okay.
downstairs, and we wanted upstairs.
Oh,
We got the seasonal.
Okay. We were assisted by somebody too who also did not make that distinction.
Yeah.
There were two people standing there, and nobody said, I'm for this part and I'm for that part.
No. Those people were
Yeah.
both for the lounge. The boardwalk was the entrance where we left, which was around the corner from where the people were.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that was the entrance to the boardwalk.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we went there specifically because I took a quick look at the Halloween offerings at Disney before we headed out, and they had it was a slider that was it was two burger patties, little
Very
slider
small.
size.
Yeah.
2 burger patties, and it had bacon, candied bacon, and it had like a special sauce, and the bun was good too. So it was, I would recommend it. It was good. And especially if you're going for one of the beverages, that's what they really expect you to do, because it's basically a bar.
Right.
But Sean and I just stuck with water because Poe's tongue is in Jeff's video, and it's very funny.
Hi, Poe.
Anyway,
Boy.
thumbs up. And if you, unlike me, if you can eat lobster, then everybody was raving about the lobster nachos, which is apparently the big thing to get at both the upstairs and downstairs locations. But if you want the sliders that we had, you can only go to the upstairs location. And we walked up, they seated us really quickly, and
then reseated us when we realized we were in the wrong section.
yeah, even quicker.
Gotcha.
And it was a nice view, and it was fun.
Oh.
It's the decor of it is a little bit of a mix between the sort of boardwalk carnival kind of a vibe that all of Pixar Pier has, and some like definite Pixar stuff, and so all of the coasters have a theme like they do over at Oga's Cantina and whatnot. And so in this case, they're all character sketches, and the sketches are signed by the artist. And so we sat down, and we got our friend Jeff Pigeon, who is one of the Pixar artists and the voice of the little green aliens in the Toy Story films. And so it had a little alien on it. It was cool. It was
And it had his signature.
Yeah, and it had his signature. So now we can forge checks from him because we have his signature.
Yeah.
And then
I got one of those somewhere.
oh yeah, we wandered over
Yeah,
to
I think Christina got it for me.
Galaxy's Edge and had little gifts for people. They're in the other room, I think.
Oh,
We don't-
actually, I think they're still in my car.
Oh.
But I think I took a picture and put it on Facebook. So let me
Yeah.
go find those.
So we wanted to give it to our friends, which we did do, but we also wanted to give them to the locals, because last year we went to Batu, and it was the first day that I had worn my hat that has I had taken a Batu hat that they sell in the park and put flowers on it that look like they come from the area. And everybody thought that we were celebrating the Harvest Festival, which was a secret celebration that the locals were doing. And last week, and Sean's got pictures of the
favors that we
favors. You
handed out.
can't see them individually because our faces are over them.
Well, here, I can fix that. There we go.
But so last year they were handing out little favors to each other, and they gave us some. Several of the locals gave us some because they thought with my hat that I was celebrating with them. Oh, you can actually see my hat at the top of that picture. And so this year we heard about the Harvest Festival because the Disney Eats blog from the Disney Parks blog mentioned that there was going to be this Harvest Festival, and they had new food at Batu in celebration of it. So Sean and I were very excited. We spent a couple of nights, I think 3 nights total working on these because we had to buy the pieces, and then it took us 2 nights to put them together.
It was like 8 or 10 hours or something.
Yeah.
And we made 21 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out that there are new managers at Batu. The old managers of that land were promoted, and the new managers are very, very by the park book and don't recognize that Batu is a different kind of a place. And nobody had anything extra on their outfits, and we asked some of the locals, and they said that they're not allowed to anymore.
Yeah, there's something going on
What?
where all of the individuality that people had that made Galaxy's Edge really cool is being squashed out of the land because whoever's in charge now, and this is secondhand through cast members, whoever's in charge now seems to feel that Galaxy's Edge should be brought more in line with the rest of Disneyland and its policies. But the problem is that Galaxy's Edge is designed to be a completely different planet and not part of Disneyland. Like if you're talking to the locals, they won't acknowledge Disneyland. They don't. That's nothing that they know of, and that's not their thing. So they don't really acknowledge it at all. They acknowledge Black Spire Outpost and Batuu in the Star Wars universe, and that's it. And so, yeah, it was really disappointing because last year everybody had all this flair going on, and we made these things with the idea that we were going to add to their dress and their celebration and their flair.
And nobody was celebrating.
And we couldn't give them to the cast members. They couldn't take them.
The land just seemed really...
Oh, boo.
Yeah, I'm really...
You could feel it.
Really kind of bummed out by this. And I was talking to some other cast members and people who do not work in Galaxy's Edge. And they're like, really, you should go in the app and you should let them know that this makes you unhappy. Because if they get enough complaints about it, they'll do something about fixing it. Because, it's... They have the saying, ignite the spark, light the fire, whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
But this kind of kills any kind of spark that they've got, which is really sad because I like Galaxy's Edge because it's different. And if they did their job right, while you're hanging out there, you have forgotten that you're at Disneyland. And when you walk out of Galaxy's Edge, you're like, oh, crap, right, I'm at Disneyland. That's when you know that everybody did their job well.
Yeah, so it was pretty disappointing. And then we made a classic error when we were leaving, kind of leaving. We were actually trying to go get a piece of cake, but we left Batuu right when the fireworks were about halfway over.
Yeah.
And so by the time we got to Main Street, the fireworks were in fact over, and we had a salmon situation trying to get across Main Street.
We had to fight to get from the Adventureland side of things over to the Tomorrowland side of things to go to the Plaza Inn,
it was crazy.
which is where they had cake.
Yeah.
And it was a total bummer, and it was the other thing that was going on that night is we had a lightsaber meetup from the Discord group.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention that.
which was cool, and actually it went quite smoothly. Morgan and Devin usually organize that. I jump in as an extra pair of hands to help out because I'm very loud and good at organizing people. And it went quite smoothly. We took individual color lightsaber groups over by Docking Bay 9, which is where the Kylo Ren ship is. And then we moved over to the Falcon, and we took a big group shot at the Falcon, which was really great. And so... it actually went quite smoothly and ended in a pretty timely manner, and I was quite pleased, and it's I'm trying to dig up a picture here real quick of the entire.
Yeah, I took no pictures at Disneyland on Friday.
Here we go. This is a pretty good one. Oh dear Lord, really? These pictures were apparently shared on Amazon. Hold on a second. There we go. So Ray came out, and we had a nice big meetup there with Ray, and we all
Okay.
sort of did a saber
Oh.
arch for her, which was really cool. And
Nice.
it's a good crowd, a manageable crowd. Sometimes the crowds get a little too big,
Stop it.
and for sure
Stop.
we contribute to that when we do Life Day, which is coming
Yeah.
up pretty soon. So this was the whole crowd without Ray, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time.
I declined to carry a lightsaber with me, so I didn't participate.
And I did something different than I usually do, where instead of carrying like my walking stick saber, I brought a saber with a detachable blade, and I attached that to my backpack, and it mostly worked. I didn't find the connector that I wanted to attach it to the backpack. I found it like when I got home. Colleen was cleaning a drawer that I had already looked in, and she's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "That's the thing I was looking for," which
Okay.
was pretty funny. So it. I'll see if I could do that a little better, because it's hard to go through like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff with your backpack and the lightsaber blade and a bunch of stuff. Although, boy, did we get wet on the Pirates of the Caribbean. We
Oh yeah,
we were soaked.
soaked.
Yeah, we were soaked
Nice.
for hours. Yeah,
Right.
was really bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it
wow,
was
surprising.
it was a nice kind of relaxing day. I mean, we had
The cake was actually good, but too sweet.
too sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, I love the slices of cake that they have over at why can't I never remember the name of that restaurant?
Plaza Inn.
Plaza Inn. But this one had like white chocolate or something in between each layer, and it just made it
Oh,
too sweet. So I wouldn't
overly.
actually recommend it unless you can handle a lot of sweet.
Well, and part of the problem too
Gotcha.
is they go absolutely crazy with their theming on the cake, and so this cake was like blood red,
Yeah.
and we got it everywhere.
Oh, right. I haven't
cleaned my clothes yet, but
Yeah.
I've got like little blood stains all over our my clothes. We had
Oh,
bounded
geez.
that day, and so hopefully we could get it out of our costumes.
I didn't get it on me, I don't think.
I got
So-
it everywhere. I was so careful not to do it, and then Colleen's like, "You have this all over you." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Meh."
And then the I had one last thing that I wanted to say about the day.
I was gonna before you
Oh, go
do.
ahead.
I was gonna say that you might have a hard time with that with the name of that restaurant, because it used to be called the Red Wagon Inn.
Yeah, but not in my memory. How long ago did it change?
I
long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long ago it was. I thought we experienced it as little kids, but I don't.
I don't think so.
I'll have to see when it changed things. Okay, what was your other thing?
So the last thing that I wanted to it changed to the Plaza Inn before we were born.
Oh, it did. Okay.
So July 18th,
Oh,
1965.
Oh, okay.
So
Genetic
I
remembering.
wanted to get. I don't usually get the little plastic things that you get, like the popcorn buckets or soda cups or straws or anything.
Glowing cubes and that
But
kind of
I
thing.
got this one.
Nice.
Wait, can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see it.
It? Yeah. It's a light up
Zero.
zero.
Move it to your left, because you're out of
My
the
left.
frame. There you go. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, the delay makes it so that I can never quite tell.
Yeah, he's cute, and he's glowing like that because he's completely lit up.
Yeah.
Turn the light off and show it again.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, well, there's the other light setting. It
Like fades in and out.
fades in and out,
Yeah,
and then
there you go.
there it goes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's super cute.
Yeah. But the thing that's weird is that I really thought it was going to be something that clipped onto a straw,
Like any straw.
like any straw. No, it's they gave me a curly straw, and to the curl on the straw, they used this little hook to hook it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of dumb. But this is $8 at the churro carts around the park.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I think
Oh wow.
There are spots that they have them in
You can get them at certain
GCA
restaurants and stuff.
yeah.
My
So
goodness.
I think the Jolly Holiday sells
he's
them
a-
and things like that. And
Yeah.
Straw caddy.
Gilbert, not Gilbert, Gibson Girl.
yeah, and I
Okay.
think they're available out in Disney Walk as well. Downtown Disney.
But yeah, I mean, I could probably modify that so it'll go on your straw. We just need to put a little rubber.
No,
thing
I
in
mean
it.
it's fine. It's too big, so I'll just keep it as a little keepsake on my desk.
I did like. Let me see if I can find this really quick. There was a thing that I sent Colleen a picture of that I thought was kind of cute, which were some of these metal water bottles that had a haunted mansion flair.
Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, and so these they were selling these in the haunted mansion store.
Oh yeah.
And
I was
so-
surprised you didn't bring one home.
It was tempting, but like we have so many bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
So the bottle itself has a very light texture of the haunted mansion wallpaper, and then the top part is the gargoyle from the stretching room, which is rubber and fits over the top.
Yeah.
And it was really tempting.
How much are they?
I don't remember. I feel like they might have been in the $30 range.
I wonder if they have them at.
They're aluminum
Shop
bottles.
Disney.
So
Oh wow.
I shall look. So yeah, that was from Sean's second day at Disney since the last time he's talked
right.
to you.
So I went out there by myself. Yeah, they're $35 at the Disney store.
That's pricey.
And I'm trying to see if they're. You can get a little bit of a better look at the texture of the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That's there.
So it's the wallpaper.
Right. So it's kind of neat too. And I
Oh my
really
gosh.
I really like them.
Did you see the action figures they have for
the Haunted Mansion? Yeah, I did. They have them there in person in the store.
Except the problem is that they're in sets where they mix up the Haunted Mansion figure and the
And a Nightmare Before
figure.
Christmas figure,
So,
yeah.
like, if you don't want to
Oh,
mix
I
your
see.
sets, then you don't.
Yeah, it's a little strange. They do have a lot of stuff that I really like right now, like these little talking figures of Captain Rex and DJ Rex, which are pretty neat. Although the DJ Rex ones weren't in the stores. They had one on display and then they didn't have them for sale.
They have like shoulder bats or something, don't they? Something like that. There's like a little stuffed little shoulder bat or cat or something.
Bats? I don't know. I
Regular
mean,
got a,
eyes. Probably cat.
They've got a Madame Leota costume where you wear like black, and then you put this shawl over you that is the tablecloth.
yeah,
I don't
liked.
know if it comes with the wig or not.
I
don't
liked
think it
that. I
does.
thought it was pretty cool. It might come with the wig because you're supposed to put the thing over your head.
Oh, it does come with the wig, but it's $70 for a wig and a tablecloth. That's pricey.
Yeah, I don't remember what they have a shoulder zero. That
Yeah, I saw lots of people wearing that.
I
at the
saw,
park.
but I don't remember like a bat or a cat.
It's like let me see if I can find it. Oh no, it's a crow. I'm sorry.
Oh, they
Oh.
have
Not
the
a bat or a
raven.
cat, it's a crow.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
have
yeah, the
they have
raven.
the raven
God,
from the Haunted
Just
Mansion
remembering it being black.
with red eyes.
Yes, and they light up.
And in case I didn't answer Laura's question exactly, I got a 0 from the churro cart in
Fantasyland.
Town Square? Fantasyland?
I thought it was Fantasyland.
No, it was Town Square. It was in front of technically Fantasyland, maybe? It was right in front of the castle.
So this is the raven with light up
Yeah.
eyes.
That's fun.
And
They're pretty cool.
he sits on your shoulder. And of course, if you've been through the Haunted Mansion, you know that this is the recurring character that goes through the entire mansion. You see like
Yeah.
5 or 6 ravens through there, and he's the last guy you encounter as you go out to get off the ride.
Yeah.
Vicky Skidmore says that it was the Red Wagon Inn in her memory. So she's allowed to mix it
There you
up.
go.
But I
Okay.
am not, because I have never been to the Red Wagon Inn. No.
I thought it was there longer than
I
that,
do
like
remember
into
going
the
to
70s.
the pirate ship restaurant
Nice.
in Fantasyland.
Yes. Was it like Captain Cook's or something?
Something like that. I don't know. So Sean and I, Saturday,
on.
we went to a birthday party out in Anaheim. So out in your area, Jeff.
Yeah.
And then
Yay.
Sunday, we binge watched season 4 of The Umbrella Academy. So
Nice.
that was good. Or maybe we did half of it on Saturday and half of it on Sunday. I don't remember. But I love The Umbrella Academy. It's a really good, quirky series. I'm all about quirky. And time travel.
Yeah.
Quirky time travel, group of people being witty. I'm there.
I'm not sure that it needed a season 4, and they kept it pretty short. It had like 6 episodes, I think. But it was kind of nice to see how things worked out for people. The 3rd season was grueling. It you basically you were watching the whole universe end as they were doing their stuff, and it was really tough.
Well, the universe ended every season.
Yeah, but I mean this.
But you got to watch to the end of the universe ending in this
When
one.
the universe was ending and all the others in the first 2 seasons, you didn't watch it eroding.
Yeah.
And basically you ended up like with the hotel that was there and like nothing else.
And people were disappearing
Right, and it was-
slowly over the whole season.
Yeah, it was like it was really weird. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other ones, like the last episode, the world would end and they would disappear just before the world ended
Right.
and jump to another timeline. And then season 3, it was all about the end of the world and it ended oddly. You were like, huh. So
Yeah.
anyway, it was good. We were glad. And then we went to Manhattan Beach and walked on their boardwalk because it was
Oh, there you go.
the need to get out of the house.
right.
And then
Yeah.
on Monday, we went to a barbecue. Eric and Liz were kind enough to invite us over. And I had a delicious brat. I like it when you bite into a brat and they make a snappy feeling.
Oh.
Right. Well, that's
your mouth.
that's why the Ronto wraps are so good.
It's true.
Part of that.
It is true.
I have a little picture for Colleen.
For me.
Yes. There's your Chicken of the Sea pirate ship restaurant from Disneyland.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's under delay, so I don't. Yep, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
I only vaguely remember it. I wonder when
Yeah.
that one went away.
Paco, the talking parrot, on board at all times. Free exhibit. Because, of course, you had to use a ticket to do anything in Disneyland back in the day. And,
Of course.
And then I thought...
Oh, it was there
this-
until 1982.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean...
So I should
wow.
remember it
we,
better.
we recognize that one for sure.
Typo.
And then just because here is the Red Wagon Inn, and it's interesting to compare now to the Plaza Inn because basically all of that
Yeah.
grass is gone. It is all sidewalk now, and they brought seating way out to the front.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stand corrected. I told Laura that I got 0 in the town square, and I meant the hub. Basically, the spot between
Oh,
the castle
gah.
and the statue of Walt.
here's something. On August 2nd, August 22nd, 1960, newspapers across America carried a wire service crime story involving the Red Wagon Inn. It was about the first holdup in Disneyland's 5-year history.
Wow.
A bandit got away with $10,000. Richard Lowry, 25, of Anaheim, said he stepped out of the rear of the park's Red Wagon restaurant to take the money in a bag to a bank deposit point. He said a man came up behind him, pressed an object in his back, and ordered him through the gate of an employee's area and into a restroom. The bandit, never seen by Lowry, took the bag containing the money and commanded the cashier to stay in the restroom for 5 minutes. Then the holdup man fled. And then apparently it was reported that police found $9,600 in a linen closet of the restaurant. The cashier, who originally said he was held up, changed his story after a lie detector test and was booked on suspicion of grand theft.
Oh, man.
It was an inside job.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's totally bogus.
Wah, wah. That's really funny.
Jeez Louise.
Alrighty, how we doing for time here? We're almost
We
at
have
the top of the
4
hour.
minutes to the top of the
Oh,
hour.
a couple more minutes.
So my Disneyland pass is up on the 9th, the day before Jeff's birthday.
Yeah.
Um,
Go figure.
and I have to say that my visit to Disneyland, I got my exercise in, which was really great, but my visit this week was just weird. I just ran into so many rude people and a bunch of strange things. It was just really kind of, it was off. And, usually I go to Disneyland to, like, detox, and I talked to some great cast members who were really great. That was the best part about it, including a friend who I won't name because he's undercover security for Disneyland. And so he runs around in street clothes and makes sure people aren't being bad actors. Anyway, we had a really, really great talk. And I'm glad he came up to me because I never would have recognized him. So bits of it were really good, and bits of it were just kind of weird. And it was mostly because of the guests. There was a lot of guests being a bunch of turkeys. So,
Gotcha.
So that was the rest of my solo visit earlier in the week. And then yesterday, I ran out to Whittier to visit our friend Chaz, who had knee replacement surgery. And so I stayed with him for 7, 8, like 3.5, 4 hours. So visiting him until visiting hours were over till they kicked me out. So hopefully he seems to be doing well, although they're keeping him overnight for one more day in the hospital. So get better, Chaz.
Okay. Glad he's doing better.
Yeah, I did tell him that we were going to make fun of him if he walks in circles after this. But yeah, so anyway, I'm glad
Short legs,
that
could
all
happen.
went well for him. I've talked to a lot of people who have had a variety of bits replaced on themselves of late. So and doing really well. They're like climbing stairs and running marathons and doing that kind of stuff. So not bad.
Well, okay then. Top of the hour?
Yeah, I think we're a tiny bit early, but no worries. I can remind you that this show is called Docking Bay 94. We are on our 13th year of doing the show. And we are on sci-fi.radio, sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. There's music and shows there 24/7. It is like NPR. It is Nerd Public Radio. And like NPR, it is also listener supported. So if you want to do something interesting with some Patreon money, consider keeping this station going. It has been going for 16 years. I think we've been here for 8 or 9 of that. And yeah,
Gotcha.
so go check out sci-fi.radio and see if they do what you like. And then you could be watching us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. Any of those is acceptable. They're all the same show. It's just the form factor that you like. I am Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
This is Jeff Soldado.
I'm Colleen Caitley Crosby.
And
This was my
we're apparently all having trouble. Boba-Kit Sovine does all of our cool social media and stuff during the week. So if you're not following the Docking Bay 94 Facebook page, she posts news and stories and memes and funny stuff up there all the time. So go check that out.
Yeah.
It is completely become her labor of love. So props to her for doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to Star Wars.
Star
Yay.
Wars.
No.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. I wanted to say though, if you ever get the chance to make it through the first season of the Rings of Power, I liked it, but I mean, you may not. I don't know. It's because it seems kind of slow in spots. Second season has been really good, so I think they had to get over that. Here's everyone we're going to introduce season to get into the more into the story delving.
Oh, you just like
Yes.
Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah. Today's episode was amazing. It's fourth episode, so I was like, oh my gosh, all the things I wanted to happen are happening. Cool. So,
Neat.
hey guys, Star Wars history. September 5th, 1914 is when, Stuart Freeborn was born. And if you know Star Wars, he was the creator of Chewbacca's look. Basically the whole mask and everything, and Yoda, and I think a host of others. But yeah,
He's
those are the most important ones.
He's a makeup guy. He's a sculptor, and especially Yoda. If you take a look at Yoda, Yoda is a combination of two people. One of them is Albert Einstein because he wanted to get that
Yeah.
sort of intelligence in there. So, especially around the eyes and things like that. The rest of it is Stuart Freeborn himself, and he has kind of an impish sort of
Yep.
look, and he very much wanted to get that into Yoda, and so that was kind of really fun. And he did all sorts of other stuff. He worked on the Santa Claus movie, the Superman films, the Great Muppet Caper. One wonders what makeup he did in the Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah, I know.
And then he's
Yeah.
got stuff like
I mean, in 2001.
right.
Yeah.
And he did like the Ape Men for 2001.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
Murder on the Orient Express. He did The Omen, all sorts of stuff. And
Yep.
his career goes like all the way back to the 1930s, where he started as a makeup artist. He never did anything else, which
Yeah.
is pretty amazing.
So just wham, tons of stuff. It's just not just Star Wars, which is the best part of this.
And he has a credit for the Star Wars Holiday Special for the Chewbacca costume. Just saying.
Let's see here. Birthday number 2 is September 5th, 1934. Marvin Goldhar, or whatever you pronounce his name, was born. He was the voice of, I guess, here we go, Trome 2, whatever that means, on the Ewoks cartoon, and a bunch of voices on the Droids cartoon. And then, of course, if you go look at this thing, he had 53 other credits.
Mostly voices.
Pretty much all voice. Yeah. I think a few things he was actually physically there, but most of it was voiceover.
He did a
voiceover
lot of
stuff, so
voices in the
a
Babar
lot of stuff.
Elephant cartoon series. So
Alf cartoon, or so yeah.
wow.
Tons of stuff.
That's-
And the last birthday on the list is September 2nd, 1937. That's when Lynn Carlson was born, who also did voices for the Droids cartoon. And of course, 89 credits as well. And once again, pretty much all voices, but same situation, Robo Roach. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, I'm okay. The first thing I recognize that he did that isn't the Care Bears was Totally Spies, which was funny. Robo Roach.
Yeah. Dog City. Wow, he was in Dog City. He had a voice for Spot in Dog City, which was a Henson series.
X-Men.
Ace Ventura. So yeah.
Pretty funny. And
Beetlejuice. See, there you go. The cartoon Beetlejuice.
What did he do in Beetlejuice?
Yeah, so a lot of stuff. Well, he was 32 episodes. So apparently he was the monster across the street, and probably mostly Mayor Maynot.
He was
and
also
additional voices.
And this goes way back, but in the 1960s, he was also the fill-in voice for Rocket Robin Hood. Which was actually Len Berman, and then he filled in to do a bunch of episodes.
And he did a bunch of the Marvel ones too. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. He did all the 60s Marvel cartoons.
Yeah, he was Loki in everything. He was Loki in Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Submariner, Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's some consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we grew up with his voice, even if his name doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah. Yep. Star Wars history portion of the non-birthday part. September 4th, 1977. That's when Worldcon included the Hugo Award for Star Wars, even though it wasn't really eligible for it. So they did the little outstanding contribution to the field for George, but Gary Kurtz accepted it.
Yeah, it was
7-foot Wookiee.
It was like an honorary
7-foot Wookiee.
I guess that means Chewbacca was there. I mean,
that's my guess, but 7V. Wow, yeah,
our friend Craig was involved with Worldcon at that time, I think, and then of course he was working for Lucasfilm, so I assume that he made that happen. I think Peter Mayhew and all the makeup and stuff is about 7 feet tall.
Probably, yeah. I'd say he probably is.
Because he's... Oh, actually, it says that Peter Mayhew was 7'3". So,
just on his own.
So he was even taller than that. That's crazy.
Then they must have had a stand-in.
I don't know. I have if I can find it, because
They just got one of the Sleestack actors to throw on the suit and walk.
I don't think the Sleestacks were that tall.
Yeah, they just got basketball players to put in the suits. That's who played the Sleestack.
So I have
the main ones, not the talking ones.
Right. I have a picture here. And I'll get rid of our smiling faces. So this is Peter in the Chewbacca costume, standing next to 5'6" me. In my boots, I'm 5'6". And so he's easily another 2 feet taller than I am in that costume. So,
wow.
But yeah, we did a commercial here for the Orange Phone company. And yeah, it's kind of funny. So and so Tony Daniels took pictures with everybody but the fans, and Peter Mayhew, I think, took pictures with just the fans, which was kind of interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Next bit is September 1st, 2003 is when Hayden Christensen put on the Vader suit for the first time, and for when they're filming Episode 3.
Revenge
of the Sith.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And the last one, which was a Rebels book from the series Rebels, a book novelization or not novelization, a book based on the series. September 2nd, 2014, A New Dawn released. First novel's new Star Wars canon, so it was based on Rebels.
I remember that they gave out the paperback at some event that we were at. I don't remember if I ever read it because I don't think I was watching Rebels at the time, and I don't know if I have it or I gave it away or what I did with it. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Our last bit of Star Wars anything for today is so no talking about Star Wars after this. You're not allowed. No.
Oh, dang.
Just
seriously?
Damn it.
Manny Jacinto, who is, I am gonna say, an actor on The Acolyte.
Yes.
Was on a panel at Dragon Con, and someone asked him, what is a personal life goal for you? And his answer was season 2 of The Acolyte.
Right.
So that got a good reception.
Too wild applause for sure. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's...
He played an important character.
Yeah, we gotta watch that.
Yeah. Although, not having a second season doesn't exactly endear it to us.
Well, I mean, we haven't even watched the new season
really?
of Doctor Who yet, for some reason. I don't know why.
We have not, yeah. I don't remember what happened. We
just
started to, and then we didn't.
Got off of it.
Although, things got crazy and...
Yeah, things got crazy. So, theme parks. There are new shops and food coming to downtown Disney. It's funny because I read this article and the shops are new. Well, I guess some of it's new and some of it's not to me because we hear about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. But I had not heard of the Avengers Reserve, which is an all-new shop at downtown Disney. Not open yet. It's just got the article has a drawing.
You're right. It's got a concept image, which I guess I'll throw up over here. The thing that is interesting about this shop and other kind of shops like it is that the reality of it is that it's basically Disney repeating stuff that they have in the park.
In the park. And you notice that the facade above the windows is the same thing that's over on the bandstand at the park.
Yeah, it's very
So I'm
very,
wondering
very similar.
If they're going to
I don't know if it's exact, but
whatever that was across the way there,
the ESPN
zone building, and put in both the Avengers Reserve and the next place, which is called D-Lander Shop, which will feature a fresh, quintessentially Southern California boutique celebrating trend-forward fashions for Disneyland fans.
Which also sounds like they're going to put a bunch of stuff that's in the park outside the park.
Yeah, but they already do that with the Disney store.
They do, but I think a lot of the little stores that are there are going away.
Oh.
Like the little Disney dress store and that kind of stuff will become this. Let's see.
And then they're changing Marceline's to Disney's Wonderful World of Sweets. And honestly, I read the description, and it sounds like they are just changing the name.
Yeah, I mean,
they offer the same things.
Sounds like it.
I liked Marceline's.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Let's see here. I'm looking to see. Yeah, I guess you're pretty much right, Colleen. I'll throw this over here. So look at the brickwork that's behind that D-Lander sign right there, and you can kind of see how it's open. And
Eric says it's going in by the new grass open area, which is
where
across the walkway.
This stage is.
Yeah.
And you can see that same brickwork right
Yeah.
here next to the stage.
Yeah, they're really embracing that old school style.
Well,
there.
and you can see the top of the old
ESPN.
ESPN zone behind
Yeah.
that brickwork. So that's why I feel like it's going to go over there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
maybe they've already started building it, and it's part of what I thought was just restaurants to the east of this band shell.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's definitely kind of
Yeah.
interesting. And
Yeah.
they
It's
basically
it's like 60s.
it's
60s,
mid-century modern stuff. There's a
Yeah.
little lounge area with fake grass that you can sit in that will probably go because you can see construction behind it.
Yeah.
And so
I
that's
mean, maybe that's where it's going to be. I thought that was the new restaurant that is having like the different. It has got 4 different things in it, 4
Yeah.
different restaurants.
And
Three
then
It's like
it-
a miniature golf course.
if you look at the trash cans and stuff in some of those walls, they have of course incorporated Mickey Mouse into it. And if you take the spaces in between Mickey's ears and color those in, you can get a Minnie out of it. So the entire wall is nothing but hidden Mickeys, as seen on
Gotcha.
the trash cans here, which is kind of interesting. So, I mean,
Wow.
it's pretty simplistic in terms of architecture, but it goes very much with the bowling alley that they put in there and the redo that they did for the jazz kitchen.
Awful redo. The
Yeah,
jazz kitchen.
Gotcha.
I'm not impressed
Yeah.
by it
Yeah.
really. And they put in a new
I just hope they don't make the Star Wars outpost into a mid-century modern Star Wars outpost.
yeah,
Lord
I
only knows.
I hope they don't either.
Eric says it is going to be in the same building, and that new building will have many things, including the split-level restaurant. So maybe these shops are going in there with the restaurant.
Restaurant up on top.
Yeah, there's going to be a new cart that has super cute kawaii slime. So
Slime?
remember the slime of your childhood?
Yeah.
They made that, and
Yeah.
they made it cute and kawaii.
By what? Putting little things in it? That's
Yeah, basically, like part of it is
Doesn't
called
really
apple pie
understand.
slime, and it looks like a little apple pie with hearts and bows and stuff.
okay.
So,
Oh, there it is. Is that in the same article?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And then they talked about
Okay.
2 new places that are going in where the taco place was. There's going to be a steakhouse and a barbecue eatery by Michelin-starred chef Joe Isidori.
I wonder what he's waiting to happen in this picture. He's like,
Maybe it's going to catch on fire.
is that just olive oil?
I think it's olive oil.
I didn't know olive oil was flammable.
Oh man.
I was kidding.
You'll have to ask Popeye because I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the mid-century modern. Look at what Earl of Sandwich is going to look like.
It doesn't look very Earl-y.
My gosh.
But it's going to have the sandwiches for sale on the bottom, and the Earl of Sandwich, the Carnaby Tavern, will be upstairs, and it'll be
Right.
a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, but that's not very taverny.
No, not at all.
Those
Now,
are-
currently they're in the old La Brea Bakery building, and that kind of suits them really well.
Yeah. But that's opening up as
we'll see.
Porto's soon.
Well, until they bring my sandwich back, they're dead to me.
Right.
So, bring my Hawaiian back.
Maybe
This-
you should comment on the Disney app about that.
Right. They are one of the few places that do give you your Magic Key discount when you buy food. So, but this is apparently a rendering of what it's going to look like inside. Looks slightly more taverny on the inside. Honestly, it looks
It
like
doesn't look taverny
yeah.
to me.
It looks like a-
60s.
it looks like a cruise ship.
It looks like a cruise ship. You're right.
This looks like a place you would eat on a cruise ship.
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
An homage to the swinging 60s British invasion pop and rock bands from the UK.
On cruise ships.
Yeah, on cruise ships. Jeff, the Muppet Lab photo op was
Yes.
removed. You are like all about the Muppets. And in Florida, they had the Muppet Slab photo op, and apparently some kids destroyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
That
can't have
was
nice
not
things.
Cool.
It was up for less than 72 hours
Oh my gosh.
as part of the Epcot
Yeah.
Food and Wine Festival. And yeah, it was like Beaker and
they just removed it because it was destroyed by them.
yeah.
It's funny. We can put something like this up in like any other Disneyland in any other country, and it will survive. People just
Like Japan.
treat it nicely. And we put something up like this here, and they'll trash it. It's like the project that happened with Hitchbot. You remember Hitchbot, which was the robot that was
Yeah.
hitchhiking its way around the world, and it did fine until it hit the United States, and it went to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, where somebody ripped it apart
Yeah.
because we're Americans and we suck, apparently.
The Lady A, I don't think they have discounts for
Yeah.
veterans at Disney. I think they have discounts if you have
Yeah.
their credit card, if you belong to their travel, their timeshare, or if you have their credit card. But maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Maybe there's a veterans discount.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look
I
into that and
haven't
see.
heard one.
Just
Anyway, I mean, this was kind of cool. I'd want to take my picture here.
You should
yeah, that would have been awesome.
maybe not now, but you should go look at the video because somebody gets close-ups on it. There's a link to a video in the article.
Oh, good.
Um,
Oh, good. At
This
least
one
someone
here?
actually got some of it before
Yeah,
it was
that
just
video right there.
destroyed.
Because, I mean, they used to have a thing where they had Bunsen and Beaker in a vehicle.
I wonder if they actually caught kids
Yeah.
destroying it, or like, do they have proof that it was kids?
I don't know. Let me jump ahead here.
I'll have to search for it, but yeah.
Oh, it says apparently this was already destroyed by some kids whose parents decided it wasn't important to stop them and just stood there laughing.
And that happens all the time. It happens to our cars
Yeah.
when we put our cars on display. And I've watched so many parents let their kids trash my car and get into my car and jump up and down and mess with stuff. I'm like, it's a real vehicle, right? You know that your kid could knock it into neutral and roll into the street and die? Just saying,
Yeah.
Well, that's
wonderful.
too bad. I mean, I
People.
like the look of all of this stuff. It looks really fun. But we're not allowed to have nice things, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People suck.
Somebody reported watching a kid pry stuff off the wall.
Well, do you remember when Toontown opened? And we had the same problem. The first week
Yeah.
Toontown was open, we went. And I think we went when it opened, and we went like a week later,
So
and it was destroyed in a week.
someone reported in the article, they said they updated it as of Sunday, and they said they can verify that the photo op will be returning. It may take an extra day or two,
Oh,
but it
good.
will be back in Brew Wing, which is the name of this restaurant.
Right, brewing, yeah. And that's
Yeah, but
that's
it's
Okay,
too-
well, then with any
Brew
luck,
Wing Lab.
security will
at the
be there.
Odyssey.
right.
Well, or they're going to put it behind plastic or glass or something.
Yeah.
So
well,
that
and
you can't
that's
get close to
that's
Yeah.
why chicken wings, like nuggets and stuff, were embedded on everything. They had an explosion
Gotcha.
in the art. But yeah, I don't know. I just get really bummed out when people don't respect other people's things.
it. Yep. Next
Just rotten,
year,
rotten little kids.
at Hollywood Studios in Florida, there will be a new villains show. Summer of 2025. And it will be deep in the shadows of Sunset Boulevard at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The show will feature appearances by dozens of the most infamous evildoers, with fiendish foes Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent each breaking through the glass to take the stage in live production numbers.
Huh? Does Cruella de Vil sing her own song?
Maybe.
Right. That's kind of an interesting. You know what this stage reminds me of? It reminds me of the AFI Film Awards. They had
Yeah,
like all these
this-
movie posters and stuff.
and I almost fell off that stage.
And you almost fell off the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
All right, Sean, hit it.
Interesting. Let me get us back over here to our usual thing. We lost a few people this week. Fat Man Scoop passed away after collapsing on stage at the age of 56, which is uncool because that's how old we are. He had some success featuring on Missy Elliott's songs, for which he won a Grammy, which was very cool. And so he was a DJ. He's a radio personality, and he was a hype guy. You go to concerts and whip him up into frenzies and stuff like that. And so he died Saturday morning, but they haven't said what the cause of death is yet. So they're still trying to sort that out. James Darren passed away at the age of 88. If you're really old, you'll know him as Moondoggy from the Gidget films. And if you're slightly younger than that, you will remember him from Star Trek The Next Generation, where he was, Deep Space Nine, where he was the lounge singer that was also everybody's confidant on the holosuite at Quark's. And he was like the Vegas Vegas guy, which was really cool. And he was on T.J. Hooker and a bunch of other stuff. And in fact, because of his success in Deep Space Nine and the holosuite, he went on to record his own album of like sort of Vegas-y standards. He was already a singer. He was already doing stuff like back in the old days, and he was in like the Gene Krupa story, which is all about musicians, and he was in the Guns of Navarone and stuff like that. But Vic Fontaine, which was the character he did in Deep Space Nine, like started out as this weird cheesy dude, and then became the guy that everybody went to talk to about the various things going on and the situations on Deep Space Nine. That was pretty cool. I'm going to completely murder his name, so I'm going to use his rapper name, which was Rich Homie Quan, which was an Atlanta rapper, died at the age of 33. Just like kind of really getting started, which was kind of a bummer. So it doesn't say what he passed away from either, but 33 that's too young, and hopefully it was nothing untoward. And then we actually lost one of our own, a 501st member passed away. Vince Vigil Jr. was up in the Bay Area, and he was part of the Golden Gate Garrison. He was a big Disney fan. He used to go to Disneyland all the time and Walt Disney World all the time, and formed what was known as Churro Squad. And he died very suddenly, and we're not... I don't think they have said what he passed away from. Just that he leaves a wife and a couple of kids behind, and sort of universally liked. And for a lot of people, he was a guy who got people kind of back into doing charity work in his area, because he was like, come do this thing with me, which is always pretty great. So. Definitely sad to hear of his passing, and our condolences to his wife and to his kids.
Jeff, do you want to take the speed round?
Okay.
Sorry.
Um, let's see here. The thing that I was gonna go off of, I just had it a second ago. Sorry, my eye is itching. Um, this is a tough one to do. I guess you'd have to like somehow link it, or whatever. But it's not really an article. It's more of it's a preview. So Michael Giacchino, they were doing um, the orchestra. The orchestra was there at the Hollywood Bowl playing the music from the like the last two Avengers movies, and Michael Giacchino came out at the end, and he's like, "Oh, I have this other thing I want to play for you guys. Hold on," and whatever his wording is, and it's the new theme for the Fantastic Four movie coming out.
Wow.
Yeah, I talked to some people who went to that concert and said it was like really amazing.
Yeah.
And we were at Eric's place, I think, and someone had just gone, and it was pretty good. I'll tell you what. Let me turn on. We were at Eric's. The sound here. I got to figure out where it's playing sound by us, so it doesn't conflict here. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. We should be good. And I will actually play that that clip for the Fantastic Four theme. They shouldn't ding us for it yet because it's music that's not out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, ready? Let's see what we got here.
It's we can do it. I'm gonna watch from over here, okay? I'm gonna watch. Hey, great cheers, everyone! Thank you so much for being here. Hollywood Bowl. Here we go.
Fantastic Four. Let's go.
Kind of has a Star Trek vibe.
Yeah, a little bit of a Superman vibe too.
Yeah, a
Really.
little bit. Not too bad. I like Michael Giacchino. For my money, he is the heir apparent to John
Yeah.
Williams, and it's pretty good. And he certainly knows his way around an orchestra.
Yeah.
Sounds like they have singers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I won't play the whole 4 minutes
Yeah.
of it, but
Yeah. It does it for some reason the music that the Worst Brothers did for
Corman.
the Corman Fantastic Four comes to mind, but it doesn't really sound like this. So, but it's like it has that sort of like old epic feel to it.
Yeah,
There's
it's,
no other way to describe it.
it's not too shabby. I think
Yeah.
I feel, and maybe I'm being optimistic here,
Yeah.
but that's me. I'm generally optimistic if I can help it. I feel like maybe they'll get it right this time. After this is like
Well,
what the
I hope
fourth
so, yeah.
the fourth time that they've done it, and so I don't know. Fingers crossed.
Hey, well, it's the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
The fourth
yeah.
time should be the winner.
Should be the charm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to return to
be honest,
Disneyland here for
it'll
a
fit
minute.
in well with the new decor in downtown Disney. Fantastic Four because it's the '60s.
Right.
Right. I'm going to return to Disneyland here for a moment and talk about a couple who are members of Club 33. And in December of 2017, they were permanently banned from Club 33 because the people in the park said that the man of the couple was publicly intoxicated in September of 2017, and the couple says that they are that he was on medication that
Right.
caused the people were confused and that it was really not alcohol. And the couple has spent $400,000 fighting the ban because they want their membership reinstated. The woman says that she would sell a kidney. Now,
Right.
I really, really, really enjoyed going to Club 33. I even still wearing my necklace that says Club 33.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, there is no way that I would sell a kidney or spend $400,000 to get back into a place that I had been banned from not once, but twice.
Now, and would they take
wow.
you back? Like, so let's say there's a place you really love going, and then you get booted out, and you fight and fight and fight and fight. They let you back in. Do you think they're going to be happy to see you? Do you think it's going to feel the same?
No, but
getting
it's
back into it?
the whole like how you can get your job back if you get fired for being a whistleblower
Right.
kind of a thing.
Right.
I guess.
Uh.
But I mean, I would that there would be some spit in their food.
Right. Well,
Maybe. So the wife was actually banned in they got club memberships in 2012, and then in 2016 the wife was banned for using a raised voice.
I heard she dropped some F-bombs.
What?
Yeah. The couple filed
Oh.
the couple say that she was retaliated against after they filed a complaint against a club member who was unnecessarily bickering with and verbally attacking a terminally ill fellow Club 33 member.
This is how their lawyer put it. They said she had been briefly suspended for using some salty language, a couple of F words. And that's from her lawyer who's defending her
Wow.
for this. So that's him trying to soften that blow. So how crazy did she really get? Makes me wonder.
Yeah.
The article that I found was from the LA Times. And okay, LA Times needs a smack on the back of the hand. Because first off, their first picture shows people going into not Club 33, but the Blue Bayou. And they're like, look, it's people entering Club 33. And it's like, no, it's not.
The same picture is used in the SF Gate article, which is the one I'm reading.
Okay. And one of the things that this has is it says that the couple's yearly dues to the club, just in case you wanted to know how much it costs annually to belong to Club 33, $31,500.
Wow.
And it says
Whoa.
and they're in Arizona. It says with travel and hotel expenses, and the 60 to 80 visits they apparently make to Disney parks in a year.
That's more than twice a week.
Right? It's nuts. So
Wow.
I mean, that's more than once a week. Sorry.
yeah, they say that they spend close to $125,000 annually on Disneyland.
So Disneyland takes
Good
that into
grief.
account and says, we don't want you.
Right.
So they have to have been really unpleasant.
Well, being
Dang.
drunk is a real. So the lawyer is arguing that they didn't do their due diligence. So Scott Anderson, who's the guy, had 2 to 3 drinks, and Disney did, according to the lawyer, a slipshod investigation. There was no breathalyzer, no blood test. There are no videos of him behaving badly. And it says they have not established that he was intoxicated. And they're saying that his symptoms were the result of a vestibular migraine, which can apparently be triggered by red wine, which he had apparently had at the park that day. So it's my guess that
Okay.
either he went to Club 33 where they do serve alcohol, or conversely, he was at California Adventure and he just drank too much, which is easy to do if you just go visit all the places, because most places will cut you off at 2 drinks. Like if you go to Oga's Cantina, you get 2 drinks and you're done. That's it, because they don't want you to be drunk in the park. So to be drunk
No.
in the park, you got to work at it. You got to go find a place in downtown Disney and
Yeah.
drink a lot. You've got to find another place to get drunk. So anyway, their arguments kind of interesting. I'm not sure that I entirely buy it. And they're asking, by the way, they want $10,500 reimbursement for 4 months of unused membership in 2017, and they want $231,000, which is about 7 years membership in the club. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
so
grief.
Colleen, if it were you, and you did something terrible and they booted you, I mean, you like the place, but would you really want to go back and be that person? I think you'd get stink eye from everybody.
No. It's hard to say because then it becomes the like he said, she said kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's really just a matter of who you believe. But honestly, like, I kind of want to know what, and this is super judgy of me, but I want to know what's wrong with those people that this club is that important to them.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
status
good grief.
symbol, and if they're
Sure.
rich enough that they spend $400,000 on this lawsuit, and they spend $125,000 a year going to Disneyland, plus their Club 33 membership and all that kind of BS, obviously they're all about status. And it's great
Yeah.
to have a private club to go into. And when we got to go to Club 33 just over a year ago for our anniversary, it was very, very special. The person who allowed us in under their umbrella made sure that we weren't going to be terrible, terrible people. And it's funny because
We were warned a lot of times.
yeah, we
to-
were.
to
and
behave.
and you think about it and you're like, okay, we know that we're good people and she could probably relax a little bit. But in reality, when you see something like this, you're like, well, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Because, I mean, nobody wants to get booted out of a club, especially for being nice to someone else.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and do it. But, I mean, honestly, he's in the doghouse because, according to one of the lawyers, he says they did not want to pay the consequences of failing to follow the rules, and he cost his wife 40 years of her lifetime dream of having access to Club 33. And honestly, I mean, that kind of falls squarely in the husband's lap. He didn't have to get drunk.
I would say, like, they're
Yep.
saying that he wasn't drunk, that it was this
Medical thing.
condition. But at Disneyland, and even more so at Club 33, when we were at Club 33, the people were very solicitous to us.
Yes.
And if there had been something wrong, you would think that the wife would have said, "There's something wrong with my husband. I don't know what's going on. Can you help me?"
Yes, and
Yeah.
Disney has a very, very competent first aid station.
Yeah,
They
so-
have nurses and a doctor on call right there. And if something was wrong with him, if he was acting in a manner that was unusual to his normal behavior, like if I started acting really bizarre, and in fact we did this once. We were at Disneyland and I was not feeling well, and Colleen dragged me right over to first aid and went, "You need to talk to these people, get some water,
yeah, I remember
do some."
that
Do you
now.
remember this?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember exactly what happened, but something hit me bad.
You got dizzy when we were walking. We were using the bypass for the parade, or we were standing at the front side
Yeah.
of Disneyland, and the parade was going on, and you started feeling dizzy and kind of like you were going to throw up.
Yeah, and which is unusual behavior for me.
And he was dehydrated, I think.
Something happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And so we went right to first aid. They fixed me right up. And we sat for a little while in the air conditioning and got water in me, and we did whatever. The nurses were super attentive. They gave me the option to go lay down in the back if I wanted to.
I went to first aid once because we went to Disneyland with some friends, and they wanted to go to the Blue Bayou. And I simply ate too much at the Blue Bayou. followed by attempting to watch Phantasmic. So sitting on the cement with people really crowded in.
Folded over.
Yeah. And I just went, I can't do this. And so I got up and walked over to first aid and laid down until the show was over. And they were just super nice to
boy.
me. And
Yeah, and we have friends who
Yeah.
who stop into first aid every visit because they like the nurses. It's really funny. But so, look, if this was some kind of medical issue, I trust my spouse, as Colleen trusts me, to go, yeah, this isn't quite right.
this isn't normal.
Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, I mean,
what was her status? Has she been drinking too? How did she not acknowledge this?
I
And
mean,
a migraine, you
if
feel a
it's
migraine.
an issue before,
And also, it just seems like what would Disney have to gain by kicking them out? You know what I mean? It
Well, they
just
lose
seems-
money. Yeah.
Yeah, they lose money. Like, they lose money for kicking these people out. So what would they have to gain for kicking? It just seems a little sketchy to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is going to have to play out but the fact that it's been going on
it's
since
already
2017,
been. They already lost. They're going to.
they're going to appeal.
They're going to appeal, but
Okay.
they lost on like Tuesday. A Disney-obsessed couple did not get their happy ending. An Orange County judge. Oh, actually, this was their. An Orange County jury refused to overturn their ban from Club 33. And they say that
Good.
they're going to try again.
oh boy.
This article, though, this is obviously written by somebody who doesn't really follow Disney. Yours is the Orange County Register, Colleen?
Yeah.
SF Gate.
SF Gate. Okay.
They do a lot of Disney
Yeah,
articles. in
SF Gate and Orange County Register have dedicated Disney people.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to the SF Gate guy before about Life Day. He's nice. And there's a woman who writes
There's
for them
a woman. A woman wrote this.
too. And so in this article from the LA Times, they're like, the private club with its wood-paneled trophy room and other amenities. The trophy room's been gone for quite a while. Just
Well,
saying.
it's an exclusive
Yeah,
club. They haven't had
Yeah,
access
they
to it
haven't
to
been
look
in
at
there.
it.
Which explains why they're showing a picture with
man.
the entry to the Blue Bayou instead of
Yes.
Club 33. They're showing the old door to Club 33,
Right.
which is pretty funny.
Sean, what do you want to talk about other than Club 33?
Oh, that's
I've highlighted the items that you said you were going to talk about.
a question.
Or bolded.
Thank you. I need to pop back to this. There weren't that many here.
Nope. Talk about the Walk of Fame.
Are they bold? Oh, there we go. Okay. I had to reload the page
Yeah.
to get it.
3 of them.
2 people got stars on the Walk of Fame. One, Tim Burton got a star in front of Hollywood Toy and Costume, which tickles me. That
That's
just
fun.
seems really appropriate, right?
Yeah.
The difficulty with the Walk of Fame, it's really, really long. And so most people hover around the El Capitan Theater and the Chinese Theater and the Egyptian and things like that. But it goes way down Hollywood Boulevard. And Hollywood Toy and Costume is probably like 10 blocks down from like where everybody hangs out at Hollywood and Highland. But this comes on the eve of the debut of Beetlejuice, which opens tonight and tomorrow. Beetlejuice 2. And somebody had a clever name for it, Beetle Toos or something. I don't know.
Beetle
if they-
Cubed?
Maybe. Well, Beetle Cubed would be 3. That would be the third one.
Oh, is this just Beetlejuice?
This is Beetlejuice 2,
Oh.
yeah. But anyway, Michael Keaton was there. Danny DeVito was there. And Winona Ryder. And they all came to make this presentation on his behalf. It was super cool. You can go and watch the presentation online and see it. And fans, of course, showed up in costume. Some of them a little weird. Somebody did Lydia Dietz with Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd, sort of mashed those things up. which is weird. But Tim Burton said, being in front of Hollywood Toy and Costume, he says, it's beautiful. Like I said, I've been coming here since I was a child, ever since I've been walking the streets of Hollywood when I was a little boy, coming to this toy shop, which is still here, which is incredible. So to have this in front of this place makes it extra special. So he's really happy with his placement there, which
That's awesome.
is really neat. And in fact, they brought some Beetlejuice costumes out to put on display in the store. And I got to tell you, if you're in the LA area and you've never been to Hollywood Toy and Costume, year round you can walk in there and they've got cheesy, crummy costumes in a bag, but they also have really high quality stuff that's like special effects quality makeup. If you want to get a good beard or a hairpiece that is sewn to lace that you could blend into your scalp and things like that, they have it year round. They're a really amazing place. So I love the store, and I don't. Parking is brutal in Hollywood, so I haven't been in many years. But every time I go, it's one of those drool-worthy situations because they always have great stuff. The other star was for Carl Weathers. Of course, we lost Carl Weathers. No longer with us. He was Apollo Creed in 4 Rocky films. We know him recently as Greef Karga in The Mandalorian. And he... they don't give a lot of stars posthumously. Carrie Fisher, of course, got one, and they have to make sure that the people who get them are actually still in the public heart. But LeVar Burton and Bryce Dallas Howard came down to present the star on his behalf last Thursday, and of course they had both directed him. And then his son was there, and it's just really cool. It's the 2,787th star since 1961 when they first started this thing, and it's just too bad that it didn't happen while he was alive to see it, and just so that you know too, the price of the star for the Walk of Fame has gone up and up and up over the years. Weird Al Yankovic had to have 3 fundraisers by fans for his, and he wasn't involved. The fans did it on his behalf, just as a nice gift to Al. And when they started, it was like 10,000, then it went to 15,000, then it went to like 30,000. So they had to have multiple rounds of fundraising. It is now $75,000 to get a star on the Walk of Fame, which is why movie studios like Warner Brothers, who are releasing Beetlejuice, are doing it on behalf of Tim Burton. So I don't know who was funding the star on behalf of Carl Weathers, but I'm glad they did. It was a really nice thing to do.
Who knows? Yeah, Lucasfilm, I bet. Who knows?
Somebody. It could be Disney. Could be someone else. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe Sylvester Stallone pony the money up. And you never know.
Hey, that'd be cool.
But I'll have to do a little research into it to find out who did it.
Jeff?
Michael Keaton. So I thought this was kind of neat. He's gone by Michael Keaton since he became an actor. So and it's not his actual name. Obviously, it was because there was already a Michael Douglas, and there was and such, and his actual name is Michael John Douglas. But since Mike already existed, Michael already existed, he couldn't do it. But now he's finally gotten to the point where he can, he's directing and now and such, and he says that, hey, just a warning, my credit is going to be Michael Keaton Douglas. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
At least finally gets to have his first and last name finally.
It was Michael Keaton's birthday. We played some music for him on the show, and it always tickles me that he got his start in the entertainment industry on the Mr. Rogers show in Pittsburgh before moving to L.A. and doing a bunch of stuff. So, oh, and to piggyback on my last report, Carl Weathers' who passed away in February. So remember, you used to have to wait 5 years for a star on the Walk of Fame. They got rid of that now. And Carrie Fisher was part of that because people bugged them so much about getting a star for Carrie Fisher. They went, fine, okay, we'll do it. And so the star was sponsored by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, wow, really?
So the football team took them on.
Wow.
So that's
really
Sean,
neat.
you want to grab one last topic and then wrap us up?
Yeah, I think the last thing that I had teased is Krispy Kreme's doing a lot of tie-in stuff right now. Of course, their pumpkin spice donuts are back. If you have a Krispy Kreme near you,
I do like the pumpkin spice donut.
it's pretty good. And we also got Dr. Pepper donuts, which I found to be very good. It's the frosting has a Dr. Pepper flavor.
And they really tasted like Dr. Pepper, too.
They really do. They really kind of nailed it.
I just tasted a little bit of the frosting because I didn't want it was a lot of sugar.
And I'll tell you, I'm bummed because they penalize you if you don't want to get a dozen donuts. You get no discounts. They yell at you. My experience at Krispy Kreme was kind of abusive because they're like, why aren't you getting a dozen? I'm like, because I can't eat a dozen and I don't work in an office to give other people donuts. I brought 6 home, and that was like too many. But now, in conjunction with Barbie's 65th anniversary, they are doing some different donuts. They've got 4 different donuts that honor Barbie, and some are just pink icing, and some are like fancy sprinkles. And so there's Barbie berries and cream, which is unglazed, filled with strawberry cream, dipped in white icing, drizzled with purple and pink buttercream, and topped with a Barbie heart, which you'll need when yours stops when you eat this donut. Barbie Sweet 65th.
Good gravy.
Right? It's crazy. The original glazed donut dipped in chocolate and sprinkled with Barbie Sweet 65th sprinkles. Malibu Dream Part, which is an unglazed shell donut with cake batter cream filling, dipped in Malibu blue icing, sparkly graham sand, and topped with a Malibu Dream House piece, and piped with a white cloud. And then the Barbie donut is the original glazed, piped with pink buttercream, sprinkled with sparkly pink sugar, and topped with Barbie's signature sunglasses. They're all very cute. If you have a reason to celebrate Barbie, you'll want to do it. If I were working at Mattel, I would completely bring those in. But we don't have an office anymore. Buying donuts has got to be really hard. And our nearest Krispy Kreme is 6 miles away.
So what you should have done is bought a dozen, asked them to put it in 2 boxes, or just bought a dozen, taken out the ones you wanted, and then given the kids next door the rest.
I probably should have.
Yeah.
Here's a little picture of the donuts going on, and I mean they're really cute.
Our Krispy Kreme is closest one is over at the block, so it's not that far from us. But
we have one that's
2.
10 miles away and one that's 6 miles away, so it's a half an hour to get to the closest one.
You can also get those same donuts, like the Dr. Pepper ones and the pumpkin ones, at Ralph's.
Yeah, they were at the supermarket
so
that we saw. So.
And by the time we ate them, they would have been the same amount of freshness.
Right? Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, Stater Brothers. Yeah, true.
But we didn't get them because they were 6 in a box, and we're like,
right.
So because mostly we just wanted to, and they didn't have the pumpkin spice.
At Ralph's, yeah, they did.
Oh, did they? Oh. With the donuts for Dr. Pepper?
No.
Okay.
They were just, you got 6 pumpkin spice, or you got 6 of the Dr. Pepper with the football logos.
Got it. Okay.
So.
Yeah, but only the Dr. Pepper ones had the Dr. Pepper flavor, and then the football ones did not.
They tasted like footballs.
Yes, who wants that? Sweaty men in helmets.
Gross.
Anything else?
I'm done.
Gosh, we're almost at 9 o'clock. So
We are indeed. So I'll tell you what, guys. If you guys are still with us, thank you for sticking it out. I see Budala's over there, and I see Rose is there, and
and Liz
is there.
My sister-in-law.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
And Laura, I think, is still there too. And Derek, hey.
Yeah.
So thanks for sticking out with us. We appreciate it. you can keep it tuned to sci-fi.radio. Check that out. We have nerd music 24/7 and a whole bunch of shows, and there's a whole schedule up at sci-fi.radio. Go check it out. Click on how to listen, and the schedule is there, and it's like pretty great. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, if there's a way to like or subscribe or do anything like that, please do. Let us know that you were there. We always greatly appreciate it, because that's sort of the way we know that y'all are hanging out. So beyond that, big thanks to Kit for doing all the social media stuff and for keeping our show document in the pink. And we'll see all you guys next week.
I'm Colleen K. Crosby.
This is just a Donoho.
I am Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby. As always,
May the force be with
be with you.
Be with you.
So long, radio people.
Night, everybody.
And to the people
Long
over
night,
here on video, let's give you guys some credits, and we'll see you guys later on.